Hi, I have scored the first midterm exam, and the scores are pretty typical of the exams that I've had or have students I've worked with, especially on a first exam. So there are, let's scroll down here first, three, really this is not going to scroll, here we go, 3 A's, a B, 5 C's, 3 D's, and 11 did not pass the exam. And those grades run from a 95% down to a 27%. The raw scores are here, and so I did a 7-point curve. Usually I have a curve on an exam that's anywhere from 5 to 7, something like that. So there's a 7-point curve, and then this percent is the percentage with that curve. I thought it was interesting, the time taken. So the highest score does not have the highest time, but almost the highest time. And in general, some of the lower scores had less time spent on the exam. What I really want to show you, though, is kind of a prediction spreadsheet. So I made a spreadsheet showing the possible scores for each week, so at 350 points, and if you got all 350 points, you'd have 100% on the, let me fix that. You'd have 100% then showing on your class score. So here's, for example, a student who got a 10 on the first exam, or first assignment, and then a 6, and then missed the third assignment, rallied on the fourth assignment, and didn't do that great on the first exam. They got 45 points, so that would be about a 60%. So that's as low a D as you can get on that exam. But they stuck it out. They got a 10 and a 10, 10 in week 7. These assignments really, for the most part, if you do everything and spend a little time with them, people are getting really good scores on those. And then they did a little better on that second exam, so they got 55 out of 75, so that'd be a C, 73%. They continued on with the exam, they got a C on the final exam, and they end up with a C for the class. So, you know, there's really no reason to bail. So let's say, what happens if you got a 40 on this first exam and followed the rest? That's still a passing grade. If you got a 36, dang, you can still get a C, which means that that class can transfer. So one of the things that happens is often students will just stop coming after they don't get a really high grade on this exam. Everybody but one student said they wanted an A in the class. And if you got a 36, I don't know if that's possible. Let's see what you'd have to get. If you really got 100% on everything else, it's possible to get a B. So just a bit of a reality check. If you want to continue to work in the class and you don't want a C on your transcript for some reason, you can change it to pass no pass, and as long as you get a C minus, which would be 69.5, you would have a passing grade on the exam. One thing that's I'm noticing is that students are getting zeros on their assignments, sometimes because they weren't named correctly or they're missing something important. And if you're not checking your assignment grade or checking the comments that I put beside your assignment, you're not getting the opportunity to resubmit those. And really, if you think about, you have 2 exams that are worth 75 points each, and another exam that's worth 100. And then all of these, oh, come on, 100. And then all of your assignments are worth another 100, or 00. Okay. So 350 total points, and almost a third of them come from these assignments. So they're not, I'm pretty lenient. They're kind of a learning activity, so as long as you're working on them, you're getting the points. Most of them I've been willing to have you resubmit something to get it right. And the exam should give you an idea of the quality of the questions that you're going to have for the rest of the course. I'm looking for the use of terminology. So if you said the Earth has an axis and a rotation, I need to know what is that axis and which direction does the axis point and what is the subsolar point. I'm looking for a complete understanding to be able to get all the points that are available. Many of you had a lot of difficulty with latitude and longitude, and I know there were several practice options up there. I'm not sure if you did them, but I'm also willing to meet with you and help with that stuff.